My Dark Souls Brotherhood, what is going on? How are you guys doing? I assume if you're clicking on this video, you've probably seen my Dark Souls 1 walkthrough, or you're super excited for Dark Souls 2. And I wanted to, first off, confirm to all of you that yes, I'm indeed playing Dark Souls 2, and it's going to be freaking awesome and epic and amazing. And second, I wanted to just talk a little bit about that. So, I am going to be playing Dark Souls 2. I get tons of questions on it. Dark Souls 1 is like one of my biggest, best, most favoritist walkthroughs ever, and so I'm so excited to bring this game to you hardcore fans and to you newcomer fans as well. I think it's one of the most remarkable games of the last generation. The Demon Souls, Dark Souls thing is it's pretty revolutionary just in the way that it approached game design, the way that it handled a lot of things, the way it dealt with difficulty, and then the way it created tears and fears and happiness and sadness and frustration and anger and like everything during my time playing the first one. I just cannot wait to play with you guys. I hope that you'll bring all the support. I know that we can make this like the defining GhostRobo series of the year, of the entire 2014. So I strongly encourage you guys to come support the heck out of it. Leave a like, leave a comment, add your favorites. That would mean so much to me. If I could ask one thing of you guys for this month, it would be to go and like and comment on that first part of Dark Souls 2 when it comes out next week. That would mean the world to me. It would help the channel, it would help the series, it would help me, it would allow me to invest just more time, effort, and awesomeness into the channel and into that series, and hopefully just make things greater and greater, which is my goal for the channel this year. But let's get a little nitty-gritty on Dark Souls 2. I'm very excited for it. And I've been looking at the classes and trying to think what class I'm going to play. So I wanted to kind of get your input on that, especially you people that watch my Dark Souls 1 series and kind of know my playstyle, know how I did things. I was a wanderer in Dark Souls 1. I typically used sword-based weapons. I mixed up rolling and blocking. I wasn't entirely dodge-based, but I did a little bit of that. I was quite quick on my feet. I equipped rings and such that allowed me to carry more stuff, have more armor, and also have a quick roll animation. At the same time, I was not very proficient at backstabs. I was not very proficient at like perfect evading, so I needed a good chunk of health. So I think I could be wrong, but I think you would categorize that as more of a dexterity-based character. But I kind of was a little bit like all over the board in terms of what I did. I did not use spells very much. Anyways, that was my Dark Souls 1 experience. I beat the game. It worked out nicely. I had some really tough moments, but with your help and my help, I persevered. What's great about Dark Souls is it's such like a almost cooperative adventure, like between me and all you guys, like asking for help. Where do I go next? Which way should we go? Dark Souls 2 is supposed to be even more open and crazy than Dark Souls 1, so there's going to be even more decisions to be made. Anyways, so I'm thinking of playing Bandit for Dark Souls 2. And those of you who have like been following this game like crazy, the Bandit, he does start off with a bow, and that doesn't really appeal to me so much. It's more his like decent HP, his decent stamina, his decent dexterity, and not a huge focus on intelligence that kind of appeals to me. I also like the warrior a bit. He's got higher intelligence, higher strength. He does have, I believe, a little bit lower when it comes to sort of the I want to say his vitality is lower. Anyways, the Deprived, no way. The Knight is too like tank-like heavy, and I don't really like axes or the big weapons. What's the guy's name? There's an item guy. I'm trying to think of his name, and I'm completely blanking. But there's a dude who has items. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. And that's what he starts with, is like items, a lot of fire bombs and stuff like that. Kind of not really into that. I like the appeal of the dual wielder. The dual swordsman or whatever it's called, but I'm nervous because that class has really low HP and clearly wants you to be rolling and dodging constantly, and that seems like a very tricky task, and I don't want to set myself up for failure. So I like the Bandit, and I wanted to know what you guys thought of that as an idea, not so much because of the bow, but because when I look at the Wanderer and I look how I built my character last game, that seems to be the most equivalent. And I could be wrong, but that's what I'm leaning towards and thinking right now. So I wanted your thoughts on that. Also, I'm going to be posting my possible thumbnails for the series. I wanted you guys' opinion on that. I've never really done that before, asking for thumbnail or whatever, but I thought it would be a fun, cool thing to kind of have you guys vote on the thumbnail. So there's a link in the description. If you're interested in that, there's a link in the description to a poll. I've got like 5 or 6 thumbnails that you'll see at the end of this video, and you can go vote on your favorite, and whichever one gets the most votes is probably the one that I'll use for the series. I've made some cool ones, and I just can't decide. Normally, I just like make one thumbnail. Dark Souls 2 is such a big deal to me that I've made like 6, and I'm so incredibly excited for the game. I hope you guys are as well. Just wanted to say hi to all my Dark Souls fans. Welcome you back to the world of Dark Souls that we are about to dive into once again and get ourselves hyped and ready for this game that is bound to be just madness. So I hope you guys will be there next week. I hope you'll show some support and love on this series. Even if you're not too into it, I would love to have you there. Just check out the first part. It's a really cool game, and again, like, this is a chance for the channel to like really take a big leap. So I would appreciate your support so much, and I'll do my best to deliver a really, really awesome Out of This World series as best as I possibly can. I'm going to put as much oomph and energy into this one as my heart has in it. So, thank you guys and girls for watching. Get ready for Dark Souls 2. Vote on the thumbnail. Link in the description below to that. It's a straw poll. And then let me know what you think about Bandit as my class for the game. Until next time, guys and girls, we're so close. So close. Drink some hot chocolate. Have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you all later.